Dr. Brownstein mentions that one of his 4 pillars is that you drink plenty of water, which only makes sense since your body is 75% water. So you technically are what you drink, aren't you?
If we really look at our body, 3/4 of our body is water, if we're properly hydrated. Most people are not. We know that 70 to 80% of America is chronically dehydrated, so that's another whole problem. But why is water important? Water, believe it or not, functions in every system. From joints to the brain to the blood is 93% water. So people don't think, even down to the bones are 13 to 22% water. So water is everywhere in our system, and it's critical to health that we are properly hydrated. When we are not properly hydrated, our metabolic rate is reduced, our thought processes are reduced, the toxins that we are supposed to be removing are not happening. And so our bodies are taxed and burdened with having to do that in other ways. And so we end up with skin issues. We end up with a lot of different pathology just as a result of chronic dehydration, because we're not putting water in. I call water our filtration system for our body. So when we bring water in to our system, we want to void out that same amount of water, but take some things with it that we didn't want in our body in the first place. And that's the way I look at water. And if water is structured properly, it will do that. Free radicals are missing an electron.
Okay.
Our cells function electrically. Our bodies are electric, and we have a lot of electricity and electrons that are flowing in our system. And ultimately, without electrons, cells don't function properly. And the way free radicals harm us is they go and steal electrons from healthy cells.
So a free radical is what? It's missing an electron. It's
an oxygen. So a free radical is an oxygen missing one of its 8 electrons, so it only has 7 electrons.
So typically oxygen has 8 electrons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. And a free radical is an oxygen atom that is missing one of them.
That's right.
Okay.
So what it will do is it will go throughout the body and steal electrons from healthy cells that are weaker than the oxygen itself.
Okay.
And take it from it. Well, when it does that, that cell no longer functions appropriately or can't function at all, depending on what kind of cell it is.
Okay.
So that's why free radicals harm our system. Is if we take out a percentage of our cells not functioning, we lessen the entire effectiveness of our system. It's like taking part of your engine away in a vehicle. It's not going to go.
Right.
So in our body being taxed and taxed and taxed, not only toxins, but we're actually oxidizing our cells, or that's what free radicals do, is they're stealing electrons, and electrons are the fuel. It's got to function electrically. You've got to have those electrons. So when we have water that's properly structured with a negative electrical charge, for instance, there's a net gain or an increase of 1 electron, which can be donated to complete those free radicals. It's basically what an antioxidant does. Any antioxidant that people are choosing has an extra electron, and that's how antioxidants function with the cellular system.
So then they donate that extra electron to the oxygen atom that's missing the electron.
To the free radicals. Yep.
Okay, and it basically completes the oxygen atom.
That's right.
So your blood is 93% water. Wow. And properly structured water acts as an antioxidant and is rich in minerals, delivering them to your body.